His nose is flaring up at the smell of the bollocks that's coming out of his mouth.
Right, okay. So I'm hoping people find it interesting. And it was just sparked off by an advert I stumbled across. And it's about the ingredients delivery market. For those of you that don't know what that is, and I doubt if there's many of you that don't, it's basically a service where you are delivered a bunch of ingredients according to a menu that you may have chosen from this company's website. And they will deliver you the exact amount of ingredients in order to create that dish. And it could be for one person, for two people, up to four people, I think it is. But you get the exact amount. Yeah. And I'd love, there's a very brief, I hope it's very brief, YouTube video of one of the UK's most loved.
But is it cheaper?
So-called
but is it cheaper?
Well, that's what I want to go into.
Okay.
The nuts of it is absolutely not. I'd love to just very, very quickly go.
All right, well, let's watch this video. I think this is a lady. I don't know what she's famous for, but I think she's in, like, everybody.
She's famous for not winning the X Factor.
Okay.
And just having a really annoying. Oh, I don't know anything.
I'll be honest with you, I find her a little bit attractive for some in a kind of haughty way.
Yeah. My wife loves her. My wife absolutely loves her.
There you go.
She has this program where I'm diverting a little bit. There's this program where she goes into a family who are struggling with space. They don't know what to do. They can't live. And she goes in there and she solves all of their problems.
Well, she's saving lives, Andrew. She's saving lives. I couldn't think of a better fit for a HelloFresh advert.
Yeah,
this is it.
And that's her husband, who basically used to be on a soap, and he just now goes to the opening of envelopes.
All right, well, let's watch this bad boy. Right, so let's check this out. So the company's called HelloFresh.
So basically, they're a busy young couple.
Yep.
And they use HelloFresh because it solves their issues, and it just makes their life a lot better.
All right.
Well, cheese, that's not yours.
Someone else's?
Jack cheese.
Why are you so aggressive?
Chopped cheese. Everything is on the brink of going crazy even if you come home from school.
It's almost as like they haven't eaten in years.
So the good thing with HelloFresh is you don't have to think about what you're cooking.
You don't have to think about what you're cooking.
You don't have to think at all, Mincy. But you do have to scroll through pages and pages of recipes and pick one, because otherwise what they're going to send you.
But this is it, right? Okay, so cool. So I don't really understand this whole I don't know what to eat. But then maybe...
Yeah, so basically what they're saying is I don't know what to eat. Right, let me go on HelloFresh, and then you can pick what you want for that week. So once you've ordered, you're committed for the week.
However, there is a question mark around this, which is, why would you, if you don't know what to eat and you don't have a balanced diet, you probably don't like to cook, or...
Correct.
I just don't understand. Like who's the type? Is this for people who don't like to cook? Is this people who do like to cook?
Yeah.
And if you do like to cook,
that's all of my questions. Yeah, these are all of my questions. So I'm just trying to understand who the audience is.
Right.
And I'll give you some figures, and you'll be shocked. I was shocked.
Right. So let's run through it. Let's run through this. But I'm just driving you through my kind of initial thoughts based on what you're showing me.
You just pick what you want for that week. There's so many recipes. Choose the ones that you think the family will love, and then you just click on those, and then it gets delivered. They're in the box. What's in the box?
So you're meant to pick what you fancy eating way before.
Yeah. Of course, you pick what you want way before, and then they'll deliver it. And then the delivery comes in that lovely HelloFresh box. Yeah. And then...
How's that any different from just getting your stuff from Tesco's? And just having a cookbook in front of you? Okay, but let's continue to explore this.
Get your hands out of the way.
We don't have to go to the supermarket. We don't have to think about what we're going to feed the kids.
We don't have to go to the supermarket. Now, HelloFresh doesn't deliver your milk, your eggs, your cheese, your bread, your butter, your jam, your cornflakes, and then a million other things.
So you do need to go to the supermarket.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're not going to have milk.
Absolutely need. And don't forget, that's one meal.
What happens to the rest?
Make breakfast and your lunch.
Yeah, actually, you're actually fixing this business, because if they did a partnership with Tesco's, your quid's in. Your quid's in. Yeah. You could get it all ordered, but then at the same time, why the hell would Tesco's partner with this where they could just make it themselves? And maybe if Tesco's or Sainsbury's or Asda's or our leading supermarkets haven't done it, it's because it's shite as a business model. I don't know. Let's continue exploring this.
So that cracks me up. We don't have to go to the supermarket then.
Well, yeah, you do.
Because
you do.
We get everything from HelloFresh except our tea.
Yeah. Well, you can tell he's lying by his face. Look at that face.
Yeah.
Does that face? Yeah. His nose is being offended by the bollocks he's talking right now. His nose is flaring up at the smell of the bollocks that's coming out of his mouth. But let's continue.
Absolutely.
Sorry for swearing, guys. Well, hopefully this isn't a swear. I don't know. We'll find out if we get suppressed from all of our fans. Anyway, let's continue.
Temi will be happy.
Right, let's get through this.
They've measured the ingredients, and we just have to get it out the bag and go.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But do you know what I mean about liking her little? She's got like a little horsey face, but you know what I mean in an endearing way.
Mate.
Well, I don't know. I like it.
Halloumi, red onion skewers, squeaky cheese.
That's what the kids call me in here.
I need to do the onions for you.
Wait, hold on.
How many
Well, let's find out how many
6 or 7 year olds come running home after school and go, Mummy, can we have halloumi and red onion skewers, please?
Exactly. And let's find out how many kids they have. Stacey Solomon have 5 children and share 3 of them with her husband, Joe Walsh. She's got 5 children. So basically, hold on. By the premise of this advert, wouldn't she just be better off going to the supermarket and buying a halloumi package? Even as a marketing premise, we've kind of just, like, she's going to need a whole chicken for this anyway. Andrew, like, please, am I being stupid?
No, but this is the...
Or does she have to buy it? Does she just put times 5? Like, I hope she just gets a whole chicken and a whole halloumi thing. Well, let's have a look. Let's explore this. Right? Let's explore this.
No, let's go in order of the instructions. Chop the potatoes 2 centimetres wide.
Is that 2 centimetres?
The taters.
Yeah, it is.
It's like I look after the kids. Doing a bit of salt on those potatoes.
So she's basically got 5 potatoes there.
Yeah. But
That's a bag of potatoes
Yeah,
from the supermarket.
Yeah. But don't forget, this is the exact amount for this particular...
No, but do you understand my point? Regardless, the minute you start scaling to 7 people, because they've got 5 kids, Andrew, so it's 5 plus 2, that's 7, they're going to need a bag of... Basically, they should just be going to the market anyway. Like HelloFresh, for a scenario like that, becomes absolutely redundant. If they need olive oil, they're probably going to use half or a quarter of a bottle of olive oil on the cooking anyway, so you might as well just buy a whole... This is like...
This is why it doesn't work, and this is why this advert as well. I mean, some of the comments on it are quite funny.
Well, we're gonna
let's keep going. Let's keep going.
So that salt, does that come with it as well, or
No, you.
So get the ingredients out. They're of such a high quality, so you know you're giving your kids good food.
I am actually the one who works the most, so Joe does most of the cooking.
does it even like factor in whether you've got the equipment to cook it? But anyway, let's continue.
Right, step 2 says you've got to soak your skewers in cold water.
Why are we soaking them in cold water?
Stop them from burning when they're in the cooker. Chuck it all in there.
You don't get the skewers, by the way. You don't get the skewers.
No,
No,
you're lying.
Have the skewers.
You're lying.
You have to have the skewers.
Add a bit of olive oil.
If it says put some oil on there, what you're
Go on. Does it come with oil?
hoping for is glug. Oh my God, you're really confused.
Doesn't come with olive oil, Andrew. So you do need to go to the supermarket.
Using the glug.
I've done 4 glugs now.
They are very
We need to have glugs of oil.
You heard him in the beginning. You don't need to go to the supermarket. Yeah?
If I keep chilling, I think the kids are going to love this.
So you don't need the olive oil.
I'll just stab myself.
We should get safety skewers for you.
You cook on your own, you've got to cook. And then you've got to tidy up the mess that you created cooking.
This is why we should cook together more. Look at this.
So the convenience element, right? You don't have to go to the supermarket. Well, you do because you need to buy other stuff. And then you have to cook it and you have to tidy up. He said it himself. Where's the convenience? Basically, all that's happened here is someone else has brought you enough ingredients to cook one meal and charged you a fortune.
Well, you haven't told us the price yet, Andrew, but we will delve into that.
Yeah.
Right, let's get... Is this the same with businesses like Gusto?
Well, that's what I'm going to get into.
Right, let's check this out.
Actually, unless you want to see the final food, we can.
All right, okay. So let's look at the comments.
There's a funny bit where she gets some thing stuck in her hair, and he tries to lick it, and she goes, oh, don't lick it. And someone's commented, don't lick it, Joe. Their marriage is dead.
Okay, so check this out. I had some money off vouchers for HelloFresh, and I was thinking of trying it, but then I saw saw her on TV. Okay, that's very personal. Let me tell you something. I was at the National Geographic Food Convention in the Business Center in Angel, probably about a quarter or two ago, and there was a HelloFresh guy there, and he was giving me a whopping 40% off a box. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna give this a pop.
Yep.
He goes, well, yeah, but it's gonna auto enroll you into a weekly basis.
Yeah.
And I just thought, nah. Like,
well, the reason I picked this as well is like I have actually ordered from HelloFresh. So let me just give you a little bit of an overview.
Because I wanted to figure out. Well, you seem to be very, very charged up about this one, and I thought it was a random subject.
I just think it goes back to some other conversations that we've had in the past about we've had the conversations around subscriptions and not actually owning anything, etc. And I just think, God, what have we become as a race of human beings? It's just that have we become that stupid and lazy that we now have to tell people or have people tell us what to eat? That's what sort of wound me up. Now I ordered HelloFresh during the pandemic, right? Because one of my niece, I think, ordered it, and it said 50% off. And I thought, well, you know what? Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Right. And this box arrived, mate. I picked a menu. This box arrived, and the first thing that hit me was the packaging.
Right.
Huge box, and every single item in that meal, right, was individually packaged in little pieces of plastic. Right. And then at the bottom of that box was this chemical stuff that was cold. So, no doubt to keep it fresh. And then it was in a huge box and inside, and then there was all bits of paper to keep it from rolling around. And then somebody had to deliver it to me, right? And I thought, when I looked at it, I thought, oh my God, how is this good for the environment? So that was one thing, right? And then I cooked the meal. It was okay. It was a nice meal, blah, 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 right? But then I got auto enrolled as well, right? And the funny thing is in the first week is 50% off.
Yeah.
Week 2 or next delivery or whatever it was, it goes down to 20%. And then it goes down to 10%. And then it goes down to 0, full price, plus you start paying delivery. And then all of a sudden, it becomes, and according to the Guardian, they did a thing in May this year, right? By shopping in the supermarket, you could be saving, well, at least 74%, as opposed to people like the meal kit people, not just specifically HelloFresh, the meal kit people.
Well,
right?
Go on, sorry, Andrew.
Yeah, and the thing is that what they're saying is that there's less waste. I get that. Yes, there is less waste. But if you're planning your meal from day to day for the whole week, as they've said in the advert, you can plan it all, then you can surely plan your shopping and not have so much waste.
Well, right? It's that, and also I prefer food waste than packaging waste.
Thank you.
It's biodegradable. Right? It's biodegradable. And let's not get into that food waste nonsense, because the amount of goods that our farmers are throwing away because they're not the right size, because they're not the right shape, because they're not the right color, right? Sod off. That is absolute BS. I've got a feeling.
I completely agree with you. We're getting perfect carrots, perfect aubergines, and all the things that got a little crinkle or just a slightly wrong color or not the right size.
They get rid of. Exactly. But there's a reason why these businesses are like obviously they're not going to thrive. They're not going to, Andrew, right? It just
well.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't think there's long term. They may have thrived now. They may be thriving now, but I believe in common sense. I believe in markets adjusting to the reality of things, right? But I have a theory as to why this type of stuff is happening. It's got a lot to do with social media, social media influencers talking a load of crap, right? So let's have a look at this.
Well,
so I put, why is cooking a waste of time? And you got the likes of people like Andrew Tate, right? What's the point of cooking at home anymore? Why cooking will keep you poor?
Yeah.
Why
yeah.
cooking is a
Well,
waste of time. Well, let's watch this life coach, yeah? Right? Let's have a look.
well, and before you, I just want to give you right some figures that shocked me and things. So we've got players like HelloFresh, Gusto, and then there's a lot more that we've probably never heard of, but it's quite big in America. You've got people like Green Chef, Blue Apron, and then you've got niche providers that are vegan ingredients, what's the gluten-free and all of that sort of thing. HelloFresh generated 1.79 billion globally in 2023. 1.79 billion. I can't believe it. Hello?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I can, but it's short-lived.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, short-lived.
Yeah. And apparently Gusto's worth $1 billion.
Worth.
And then it,
Worth. Worth.
Yeah, worth. Yeah. Right. So there's obviously people spending on it, but it's got to be a time where people are going to wake up, right? And especially when we talk about, the cost of living and blah, 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 right? You're looking at, on average, £12 per serving if you buy 2 meals a week with HelloFresh, right? Yeah, so if you buy 2 meals for 2 people, right, it's going to cost you £12 a serving, right? And then if it goes to 4 people, let's say you buy 4 people, 4 meals per week, that's going to cost you almost 180 quid a week. Yep. Right, for the box.
Yep.
Right.
And this is what you're getting essentially, what we are seeing on the screen here.
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking, hang on 1 second. Plus, you've got to go to the supermarket anyway. Yeah, to go, as we've discussed. And I'm just wondering, who buys this, Spencer? Who is so busy that they can't go on the internet and go, how do you make spaghetti bolognese?
Right. Well, this is what I'm trying to say. This is why I'm saying it's this type of content. So let me share this with you, Andrew, so you can actually see it, right? So this is why cooking is a waste of time. And I'm telling you, people are actually watching this type of crap. Yeah, and they think, oh, I'm super important. So it's this type of narrative. Let's play it.
I never cook. My dad's like, son, don't you think it'd be so much cheaper if you cooked? And I said, no, not really. Actually, if you think about it, I said, let's talk about that scenario. Calling the valet, getting downstairs in the elevator to valet, getting in the G-Wagon, burning fuel, sitting in traffic on Biscayne, go to Publix, trying to find a parking spot at Publix, getting out, looking around the store for what I want, and getting the food, all the ingredients, going home, parking again, going back up the elevator, getting the pots and pans out, cooking like a fucking idiot.
Imagine. No. It's just, and people are watching this, and they're going, yeah, he's right. And they're justifying all of this nonsense by going, yeah, I am saving my money. Look, here we go. Is this stuff again? Now, this is just the so-called alpha influencer, whatever, yeah? There's women saying the same thing as well, mate. But let's
time preparing food. Now, actually think about this for a second. If you're broke, if you're not a millionaire, the last thing you should be doing with your time is cooking.
Wow.
I can't think of a lower ROI activity than walking to the fridge, getting out some ingredients. Ooh, an onion. Well, let me get the onion. I'm going to start cooking. Fridge, ooh, an onion, and some lettuce. Now, get my knife, cut my onion, start to cut my onion.
I can't even watch it, mate. It's just such
you know what? Well, first of all, onion and lettuce. What's he going to do with that? But anyway,
yeah. I mean,
these guys are.
And there's a wave of that crap of be in control of your time. It's less time that you're going to have to do this, and less time. And I've actually heard these wallies at my workplace go, right, yeah, I saved myself so much time in the markets, going to the market and doing this type of stuff. So I get gusto because it just really allows me to optimize my time. What the hell are you doing with your time? I mean, are you running SpaceX or something? Are you running like it really.
Well, these are the type of people that obviously it appeals to, right? These are the type of people it appeals to. Now, you and I are both foodies, right? You and I both enjoy cooking, eating out, eating in, whatever, right? And again, this got me thinking of things like, if we look at some of the great foods that we have now, right? They were created because out of necessity.
Yeah.
Right. So you look at pickles, chutneys, etc. What better way to keep, eating vegetables throughout the year and storing them? Because there's no fridges. You look at jams, again, how to conserve fruits, etc. You look at things like Parma ham, putting them in brine and then in sand and wrapping them and preserving them. Again, cheese the same way, And then now we got these. Oh, I'm going to pick up and get 4 carrots delivered and 330 grams of mincemeat because that's all I want. I don't really care.
That's
how
the
much
protein level that I require.
Yeah, because you know what, my time is more valuable. And you think, like, there must be these people, because if these guys are turning over a billion and a half a year, there must be people out there like this. Right?
Well, actually, maybe on the fly we could just quickly, because I am very interested to figure out whether this is actually a real thing, right? So I'm just doing some Googling, Andrew. Just bear me 1 second.
Well, while you're doing that, let me just read a customer quote, right? HelloFresh has fundamentally changed the way my husband and I eat. Previously, dinner meant picking a restaurant on Seamless and waiting for the food to arrive. Oh my God, they have got a hard life, Mincy, right? And now dinner means preparing fantastic meals that are healthy. Not only does it feel better for our wallets and our waistlines, but it's more satisfying. So you've gone from going out, having somebody freshly cook you some food, present it on a plate, then do the washing, and you just pay for that and then go home, to going online, picking some meals, waiting for the delivery to arrive, cooking it all bit by bit, plating it up yourself, eating it, doing the dishes, and then sitting down. And then you're saying that is more beneficial to your wallet and your waistline. Go away.
Well, Andrew, I've got some good news for you.
Right.
I've got some good news for you.
Fantastic.
So let's look into this. I just gave it a little Google. Little Google, right?
Yeah.
HelloFresh shares plunged 40% after earnings warning. What could the warning be? The German meal kit maker said its expected earnings between 350 million, so that's 300 million, let's just say, and 400 million euros, which is 341 million this year, have gone down. So the company also scraps its revenue and profit targets for next year, pointing out higher costs in development of its ready-to-eat business. Right, so let's scroll down. During the height of the pandemic, shares traded close to 100 each, but on Friday, they were selling for less than 7. It's incredible. HelloFresh said it had reevaluated its business plan and is now unlikely to reach its previous announced midterm revenue target of 10 billion by 2025 due to the very different operating environment. So let's skip a little bit, blah, 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 blah. HelloFresh struggles to follow rival Gusto. It's and basically it's very, very simple. It's the cost of living crisis.
Yeah. Well, also, so there was an article that I read as well, was basically late deliveries, ingredients that looked like they'd seen better days. I mean, when you hold a carrot and it bends, that carrot isn't fresh, mate.
No.
Yeah. And the biggest problem as well is people trying to get refunds or cancel their orders or subscriptions.
Yeah.
One woman had her delivery turn up 4 days late, opened the box, and it just stunk, right?
Wow.
So she said, look, you've got to replace this.
Yeah.
They replaced it 3 days later, so it wasn't even the same day. She said, no, forget it, right? Cancel it, I want a refund. Oh, we can't give you refunds, but what we'll do is we'll give you a voucher for the refund amount plus another 50%. She went, oh, all right then. But just one caveat, you can't use the voucher with any other promotion. So basically, she had to re-sign, right? Go for a 4-week subscription, so all of the promotions were finished, and then use the voucher against a full price item.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's mad. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I'm telling you,
yeah.
mate. It's just a load of crap. And you know what? What I love about economics, which is why we've done this podcast, right, is that common sense reigns supreme. I mean, have a look at this, Andrew, right? So you see this chart?
Yep.
It boomed during the the COVID era. Everyone got excited, and where are we now? We are now back down 88%, right?
Yeah.
So look at the market.
It makes sense, right? It makes sense. During COVID, you either couldn't go out, or if you did go out, you had to wait in queues in spaces with masks, and shopping was a faff, right? And it makes sense for these companies all of a sudden spring up, etc., because people really didn't have much other option, right? But what doesn't make sense to me is how these companies get the investment, get the people pouring money into them, thinking it's going to be a long-term business, right? You and I are no experts, right? I mean, I certainly am not, right? But I could see a mile away. I mean, a blind man could see this is not a sector that has got any legs on it.
Andrew,
unless they do something amazing and different.
Andrew, it's a pump and dump. That's all it is. It's a pump and just like WeWork. WeWork was just an office space, and they decided to just call it a technology platform. It was unprofitable. It was always going to stay unprofitable, and now everyone's just admitted, yeah, do you know what? The shares aren't really going to deliver what they're going to deliver, and the whole thing just dumps. It's the Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe.